Today we read from the first letter of John, chapter 1. The season of Christmas lasts for 12 days, and it encompasses several other festivals. Today is the feast of St. John, Apostle and Evangelist, whose wonderful prologue to his Gospel always concludes the service of 9 lessons and carols. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And the Word became flesh and dwelt among us. Some spine-tingling, mysterious words. John focuses not so much on the where and the who as on the why, the inner meaning of the birth and life of Jesus. Today's reading is from his first epistle, and we immediately encounter the same concepts: the beginning, the Word, eternal life, light, together with the physicality of the faith. We saw this person, we heard him, we touched him. He is real. The Word, God, became flesh, the same stuff as us. This is the mystery of the incarnation, which we can never really get our heads around, as they say. If it baffles you, that's normal. For me, John, more than any other evangelist, expresses the joy of the gospel, the attractiveness, the pull of that figure at its centre, an irresistible attraction and a sense that here is something which will satisfy every thirst and every hunger that there is, something that I have been longing for without knowing what it was, something at the heart of things. Our hearts are restless, said St. Augustine, until we find our rest in you. Why would anyone turn away from that? In John's language, why would anyone walk in the darkness rather than in the light? Well, one thing about light is that it shows up the dirt. Picture a ray of sunshine coming in through the window and the dust motes swimming in the air. Normally, we wouldn't see them. So we might turn away in fear or shame or embarrassment if we feel grubby, unworthy. In that case, John has a solution. Every one of us is rather grubby, but we only have to turn towards that light to be cleaned up, forgiven, restored. The turning is the tricky bit. Have you read The Last Battle, the final book in the Narnia series by C.S. Lewis? At the end of all things, a little group of dwarves utterly refuse to recognise that they are in paradise. They are convinced that they are in a dirty, smelly stable, and they are blind, they cannot see the beauty around them. The great lion Aslan tries to help them, but they're blind even to him. They refuse to admit that they were wrong. So they are left there, locked into their own self-created hell. How sad and how unnecessary. We do sometimes construct our own prison cells and then complain that we can't escape. John calls us to walk in the light, to enjoy friendship with God who is in the light, to allow that light to see right through us and to remove all the darkness in our hearts and minds. A beautiful evening prayer says, "By the light of Christ, your living word, dispel the darkness of our hearts, that we may walk as children of light."